We open on a flying whale with flowers on its back, setting the scene for this wild-ass world. Then there's another one with a whole-ass desert on its back, because of course there is, and a massive turtle carrying a volcano and a whole crystal mine on its shell, totally normal stuff. So after ages, spiritual energy comes back, and everyone starts leveling up for the big leagues. This kicks off the age of cultivation, with everyone building their fancy mountain sects and whatnot. But of course, the cultivators got greedy and started beefing with the demon clan for resources. The demon clan, led by this pink-haired queen, wasn't just gonna roll over and take it. The cultivators went full scorched earth, burning everything they couldn't steal. Real classy move, guys. This whole mess created a second desolation, where joining a sect is your only shot at survival. And now we're at the Ziyun sect's herb garden, where the plants look like they'll bite you. This giant purple plant decides to choose violence and starts spitting everywhere like a toddler. And here's our main character, getting absolutely blasted by whatever the hell that liquid is. The plant literally yeets him across the garden, making him eat a face full of dirt. So this is our MC Tian Yuan trying to play it cool by calling the assault pollination. My man decides to dip, realizing you can't reason with a pissed-off sentient pumpkin. Still covered in plant goo, he hears a girl calling him over to eat. Perfect timing. And here comes the waifu of the series, He Meow, bringing our boy his lunch. Our boy heads over, probably hoping she didn't see him get bodied by a vegetable. She brought him durian chicken stew, which sounds like either true love or a bioweapon. She's already wiping the plant gunk off his face, and my man is clearly flustered. Tian Yuan tries to play it cool while the waifu, He Meow, sets up their little picnic date. And here we go with the backstory, our boy explaining he's just some random gardener in the sect. Turns out in his past life, my man was in a wheelchair just chilling with his plants all day. He was a full-on gamer, dreaming of this exact kind of world while being stuck in his old one. A damn radio horoscope told him he'd get lucky right before he presumably met Truck Kun. He wakes up in the cultivation world he always read about, finally getting his isekai protagonist moment. Our boy is absolutely hyped, realizing he's got a fresh start and a body that actually works. But of course, some random sect girls are already looking down on him for dreaming big. He's already planning his OP build, only to remember the universe said no and gave him no spiritual root. The memory hits. Some old sect elder straight up told him he's talentless trash and can't cultivate. So he can't cultivate, but he got the innate herb saint body as a consolation prize. My man is literally having a picnic on a sentient plant stump he named a Jiao. Turns out his new body makes him smell like premium catnip, and He Meow is hooked. She goes full koala mode, and our boy is trying to fight her off with chopsticks. He tries to play it off as a hometown friends thing while she's trying to absorb his soul. Tian Yuan folds immediately, letting her get her daily sniff of senior brother. Our boy starts thinking that maybe this life isn't so bad after all. He's enjoying the peace, which is the universal sign that shit's about to hit the fan. And right on cue, some new character teleports in to ruin their wholesome moment. It's the sect's top disciple, Wen Yu, and she looks ready to end his whole career. Tian Yuan tries to de-escalate, calling it a dinner break, while the top disciple is literally on fire with rage. Our boy is sweating, remembering the rumors that Wen Yu is basically the sect's personal drill sergeant. He Meow goes into protective mode, calling out Wen Yu for trying to work a mortal to death. The top disciple, Wen Yu, hits her with the stay in your lane, reminding her that our boy is on the clock. He Meow accuses her of picking on the weak, while Tian Yuan is in the back trying to get her to chill. And she completely ignores him, powering up to throw hands for her man's honor. He Meow is ready for a fight, but Wen Yu in the back looks like she's about to end this with one move. Wen Yu blocks the attack without even trying and calls her an overconfident fool. That's gotta sting. The top disciple one-shots He Meow, who immediately starts coughing up blood. Well, that was fast. Our boy catches her as she collapses, and she's already trying to play it off like she's fine. Our boy Tian Yuan goes full protective mode, but Wen Yu hits him with the just doing my job excuse. The top disciple gives Tian Yuan the death glare, basically telling him to stop slacking and get back to work. And our boy Tian Yuan is officially pissed, giving her the "you just made a big mistake" look. Wen Yu drops a final threat and just pieces out, leaving our boy to deal with the aftermath. He Meow is already complaining about Wen Yu, wondering how someone that psycho is the top disciple. Tian Yuan actually defends the drill sergeant, but He Meow is not buying his "she's a hero" speech. He Meow starts wishing for a power-up herb, and you can see the gears turning in Tian Yuan's head. Our boy tells her to keep it down, and she immediately assumes he's about to do something illegal. He's like, "We don't use the S word around here," trying to play off his 5-finger discount plan. Tian Yuan hits her with the confident protagonist smile, basically saying, "Don't worry, I got this." He Meow goes full emotional support hug, and Tian Yuan is just worried about getting snot on his clothes. The drill sergeant Wen Yu flies off, probably satisfied she completely ruined their picnic date. Wen Yu looks back with zero remorse, holding what looks like a high-tech cultivation pager. The sun finally sets, which means it's officially time for some late-night gardening activities. Our boy Tian Yuan steps up to the herb garden gate, ready to commit some light treason for his girl. He's got that main character, I'm about to do something stupid but cool look on his face. My man stands in front of us stealing his shameful sign while planning to steal. The irony is lost on him. But first, our boy decides to do his actual job and water the plants before he robs the place. He pulls out some talismans, getting ready to enchant his gear for this high-stakes herb heist. He slaps a glowing green sticker on his pot, basically activating cheat codes for gardening. Our boy Tian Yuan is actually weeding, with his enchanted pot just vibing in the background. He scopes out the wisteria herb field, which is definitely the target of his 5-finger discount. My man is admiring the goods, acting like he's just a proud gardener and not a future felon. He starts thinning the herd, which is the oldest excuse in the book for straight-up stealing. And of course, the sect master with the creepy red eyes pops up to catch him red-handed. Tian Yuan tries the worst lie in history, offering the stolen goods to the guy he stole them from. The sect master is not impressed and starts charging up a "you're so fired" energy blast. The old man literally force chokes our boy, who's now getting ragdolled for his terrible excuse. He then calls in the goon squad to beat Tian Yuan to a pulp. Talk about zero tolerance. Our boy gets absolutely launched, but at least he didn't drop the flower he just got wrecked for. The goon squad starts wailing on our boy with bats, really putting their backs into it. Even while getting his ass beat, Tian Yuan is only thinking about He Miao, still clutching the flower. Just as they're about to turn him into a fine paste, someone finally yells for them to stop. And it's He Miao, showing up to plead for his life. The cavalry has arrived, or so he thinks. Our boy Tian Yuan, looking like a bloody mess, thinks she's here to save him. Oh, you sweet summer child. He Miao asks the sect master for a favor, but that look on her face is not what you want to see. She asks him to at least let him have a complete corpse, and our boy's soul just left his body. Tian Yuan is absolutely shattered, and He Miao hits him with the coldest "it is what it is" line ever. She starts walking over to him with that creepy ara ara energy, and you know it's about to get worse. He Miao goes full yandere, revealing she manipulated him into stealing the herb because he was too dense. The yandere, He Miao, gloats that she's taking his job after he's dead, twisting the knife even further. Our boy Tian Yuan is about to get his head turned into a pancake, still asking why like a chump. The creepy sect master orders them to use our boy's body as fertilizer. This whole sect is rotten, and here comes the drill sergeant Wen Yu, calling out the yandere for setting our boy up. The sect master hits Wen Yu with the "are you sure you want to die on this hill? Look." Wen Yu isn't bluffing, whipping out that pager from earlier to prove she recorded the whole setup. He Miao immediately starts playing the victim, accusing Wen Yu of being a jealous hater. The sect master goes full sugar daddy, revealing he's been getting with the yandere this whole time. The drill sergeant Wen Yu has had enough of this BS and powers up her sword to make a point. She literally throws her sword down and rage quits the sect right then and there. What a legend. The drill sergeant's sword clears out the goons as she swoops in to grab our boy. Our boy Tian Yuan gets an emergency evac, looking like he's one hit from respawning. The yandere. He Miao panics that they're escaping, but the creepy sect master is playing it cool. Tian Yuan is having a moment, and Wen Yu basically tells him to shut up and not die. The sect master decides he's done playing and unleashes his delete character final boss move. The old man launches a giant purple death hand to make sure they don't leave a bad Yelp review. And there's the impact, a massive explosion that probably wiped out the whole zip code. The yandere is mad he broke her toy, but the sect master says he can still use the spare parts. The drill sergeant tanked the hit, but our boy realizes his mortal HP bar is officially at 0. Our boy Tian Yuan is on his second death screen, already wondering about a new game plus. Our boy Tian Yuan is having his villain origin monologue, finally realizing he got played by the yandere. He's hitting the "if I could just respawn" button in his head, full of rage and regret. And just like that, some mysterious gem pops up as he swears revenge. Talk about plot armor. The universe finally drops the tutorial pop-up, giving him the gardener system only after he's dead. My man acts like he's been waiting for this DLC to drop, calling the system out for being late. The system starts downloading his awakening reward, and our boy is ready for his free loot. And the grand prize is a plant-themed waifu in a box? Okay, I guess. Turns out it's a 10,000-year flower spirit seed, which is a hell of a starter item. The system hits him with the terms and conditions, just a little blood sacrifice to get started. Our boy immediately clicks accept without reading the fine print, ready to get his revenge plot rolling. The flower spirit waifu finally loads in, and she's already got that step on me energy. The system officially confirms the download is complete, right on top of our boy's dead body. Meanwhile, the yandere and the creepy sect master are already celebrating their victory like total clowns. One of the goons spots the glowing loot drop on our boy's corpse and gets greedy. This genius decides to yoink it for himself, but his partner wants in on the action too. The flower spirit seed sprouts from his chest, and this idiot is about to poke it with a shovel. The flower goes full supernova, yeeting the goons into orbit while the villains watch in shock. The yandere and the sect master are just staring, completely clueless about the chaos they just unleashed. The tiny flower becomes a goddamn world tree, causing a full-blown heaven and earth anomaly. The creepy sect master finally realizes this isn't just a flower, it's a legendary tier spirit. The creepy sect master gets a quick tutorial on power levels, realizing he's way out of his depth. But of course, the old man's first thought is how to turn this god-tier spirit into a power-up smoothie. The yandere points out the spirit looks human, but the sect master dismisses it like a total boomer. The flower spirit waifu starts her dramatic entrance, and she's already got the premium skin unlocked. Turns out she's not just a spirit, she's a whole-ass demon empress named Fei Hua. Talk about a plot twist. The empress wakes up from her long nap, and she's already looking for someone to step on. The sect master finally has his oh shit moment, realizing he's been talking mad shit to a final boss. The empress pulls out a literal flower phone because of course she has one of those. She's already calling her demon emperor squad to let them know she's back in business. But her call gets no answer, and she immediately switches to full-on murder mode. The demon empress crushes her flower phone, pissed that her whole squad got wiped while she was napping. The creepy sect master tells his goons to go capture the literal goddess. Yeah, good luck with that, boys. The old man hypes them up by saying she's weak, and these two idiots actually buy it and charge in. The empress hits them with a smug grin, basically saying she's the only final boss this world needs. The goon squad starts climbing the thorny vines, because that's a totally safe and intelligent thing to do. The empress decides she's had enough of humans and prepares to delete them with a flick of her finger. The goons get distracted by pretty glowing flowers, completely forgetting who they're dealing with. One of the flowers latches onto this dude's face, and he's about to learn what flower power really means. And there they go, getting turned into human fertilizer by exploding peonies. That's a rough way to go out. The empress looks disappointed with her own attack, wondering if she's gotten rusty after her 10,000-year nap. The creepy sect master is sweating bullets, finally realizing he picked a fight with the server admin. He tries to nope out of there, but the demon empress is already lining up her next shot. The old man is absolutely panicking, knowing he's about to get turned into a fine red mist. But her attack just fizzles into harmless pink clouds, and the yandere is shocked he's still standing. The demon empress admits her power control is trash after her long nap and tries to focus. She unleashes a full-blown delete character beam, so this time it's gotta work, right? And the attack turns into more pink smoke, leaving the sect master completely unharmed and very confused. The old man realizes she's running on empty and starts laughing his ass off at her failed attacks. He gets cocky and summons his own giant purple sword, ready to punish her for the bluff. And the demon empress gets absolutely rocked, learning the hard way that you need to stretch after a long nap. The creepy sect master gets handsy, trying to absorb the demon empress for a quick level up. He's already planning his victory speech while she can't believe she's getting clapped by a human. Our boy Tian Yuan watches his only hope get turned into a protein shake from the sidelines. He complains to the system about his starter pack being trash, and it hits him with the, "Did you try turning it on?" My man realizes he has to run straight into the final boss fight to activate his new waifu. He goes for the full-on shonen protagonist charge, telling the empress to grab his hand. The sect master almost deletes him for interrupting. Clearly pissed his power-up got put on hold. The old man is shocked our boy is still alive and decides to handle this pest himself. The demon empress is having a whole crisis, thinking he's just another human trying to cop a feel. Then she gets a whiff of that premium catnip scent and her body starts moving on its own. The demon empress is fighting her instincts, trying not to grab the hand of the guy who smells like a 5-star meal. Our boy Tian Yuan secures the handshake, officially activating his new plant waifu. The system confirms the link is live, and the demon empress looks like she just got her first compliment. The creepy sect master is completely baffled by the power surge, wondering what the hell just happened. The system finally drops the patch and our boy Tian Yuan gets his first awakened talent. My man realizes his dantian is now a flower pot, and the demon empress is the new houseplant. The demon empress is panicking as her power gets siphoned, and she's not a fan of the new arrangement. The system confirms it's basically juicing the empress to power up our boy. The sect master goes full rage mode to get his prize back, and our boy is screaming for a system bailout. The system's solution is a plant-human fusion, basically turning our boy into a Gundam. Our boy's new Gundam form unleashes a massive sword beam that just carves up the landscape. The attack completely demolishes the sect's front gate. Talk about a grand re-entrance. The creepy Sectmaster gets blown back, finally realizing he might have fucked up. Our boy gets a full-on Power Ranger suit and immediately complains about the name. Priorities, man. The same goons who beat him up are now hiding, wondering how the useless kid got a glow-up. My man just stands there, letting the new armor sink in while looking like a total badass. He's already critiquing his own attack, admitting he missed because his control is still trash. Our boy winds up for round 2, determined to actually hit the old man this time. The creepy Sectmaster goes full try-hard, summoning 2 swords to block the incoming attack. And he gets completely overpowered, screaming as he gets blasted by our boy's new power. Creepy Sectmaster is catching his breath after that blast. Drill Sergeant Wenyu calls out the old man for his BS. Wenyu dropkicks the Sectmaster and tells him to eat my foot. Creepy Sectmaster coughs up blood, still thirsty for power. Yandere Himiao is confused as another masked figure appears. The newcomer roasts Wenyu's fighting style. The masked figure powers up, revealing a surprisingly ripped physique. The newcomer and Himiao exchange intense stares. The masked man activates a sword technique, and Tianyuan calls him a pervert. Himiao attacks the newcomer, who's impressed by her speed. Our boy Tianyuan hits the masked pervert with the type advantage argument like this is a Pokemon battle. The masked dude's attack gets parried, and our boy Tianyuan is genuinely surprised it actually worked. The masked pervert just says too bad and unleashes a Beyblade attack right back at him. And our boy's helmet immediately shatters, revealing he's just as shocked as we are. The masked guy starts lecturing him on how experience beats cheat codes, basically calling him a noob. The Demon Empress is having a crisis, realizing her power is wasted on a guy with 0 skill points. Suddenly, the Demon Empress starts glowing, getting a random power-up she didn't even ask for. Our boy Tianyuan pulls out the I wrote novels about this card, ready to prove him wrong. He blocks the attack and hits him with the most sus comeback about his sword being longer and harder. The Demon Empress is absolutely losing it, screaming at them to stop flirting and actually fight. The masked pervert starts lecturing our boy on the basics of spiritual energy like he's in a tutorial. Our boy Tianyuan summons a giant flower, ready to show this dude what a real ultimate move looks like. And the masked pervert gets absolutely launched by the Death Beneath the Bloom attack. Talk about flower power. The Demon Empress is just chilling, showing off the god-tier plant that's fueling this whole beatdown. Our boy is holding literal flower grenades, flexing that his energy control is now better than the veterans. The masked pervert gets pelted with exploding flowers, completely shocked that the noob is cooking him. The whole area goes up in a massive flower-themed explosion, and the yandere is just watching the show. The yandere starts panicking, realizing her sugar daddy is losing, and her whole plan is going up in smoke. The creepy Sectmaster is on the ground begging for his life, trying to pull the Master-Disciple Bond card. The old man offers up the yandere like a party favor to save his own ass. 0 loyalty in this sect. Our boy Tianyuan tells the old man he'll spare him, and this absolute clown actually believes it. The creepy Sectmaster immediately throws the yandere under the bus, telling our boy to kill her instead. The yandere, Hey Meow, immediately tries to dip, realizing she's next on the chopping block. And the creepy Sectmaster straight up murders his yandere girlfriend, telling her to take one for the team. The Demon Empress is just watching the show, basically telling our boy, I told you so about humans. She gets that, oh, you thought he was done, look on her face knowing what's coming next. And right on cue, a bunch of pink flower lasers start flying out of nowhere. The flower beams skewer both the Sectmaster and the yandere in a brutal double kill. The old man finally realizes our boy played him like a fiddle right before he kicks the bucket. Our boy hits him with the ultimate, I've read the script line, flexing his isekai protagonist knowledge. Tianyuan gets a power-up beam and looks kinda surprised. Is this finally his moment? A giant pink flower blooms. Okay, that's kinda extra, even for this world. Demon Empress Feihua makes a grand entrance and wants Tianyuan to kiss her toes. Kinky. Tianyuan reaches out like he's about to accept her offer. Dude, what are you doing? Feihua kicks Tianyuan in the face. Guess she wasn't into the toe-kissing thing after all. Feihua grabs Tianyuan and is about to bite him. This got weird fast. Feihua is getting flustered after tasting Tianyuan. Is this love or just hunger? Tianyuan gets pulled in for a kiss. Dude, you just got your ass kicked and now this. Feihua kisses Tianyuan and he's freaking out about his first kiss. Poor guy. Tianyuan screams internally as he gets his first kiss stolen. Rough day for our boy. The Demon Empress is using our boy as a walking power bank, and he is not enjoying the service. My man's face is getting squished like a stress ball while she's getting her daily dose of his energy. She goes right back in for round 2, telling him not to run from his fate as a human-shaped charger. Our boy finally gets some air while she acts like she just finished a 5-course meal. And now she's blaming him, threatening to beat his ass after she was the one who assaulted him. Tianyuan finally calls her out on her BS, reminding her who the real pervert is here. He complains about his first kiss, and she hits him with the, "It was mine too, so we're even" logic. Our boy is not buying that a 10,000-year-old demon is still on her first kiss. The Demon Empress goes full Sundari meltdown when he calls her out on being a virgin. She tries to pull the "I'm a mighty Empress" card to save face, powering up to look tough. The Demon Empress threatens to silence our boy permanently, and he's just trying to talk her down from her tsundere rage. She suddenly realizes her power is coming back way faster than it should, and she's genuinely shocked. Our boy Tianyuan sees his chance to dip while she's distracted, but she's already connecting the dots. The Empress admits our boy is a walking temptation, and her body just wants to drain him dry. She decides to keep him as a personal power bank for now, and immediately sends vines to capture him. Our boy gets yoinked and tries to pull the "I'm your master" card, which is clearly not working. She starts draining him like a Capri Sun, and my man is screaming while she just demands more. The Demon Empress goes full succubus, literally licking the energy off him while complaining it's not enough. Our boy Tianyuan is begging her not to bite, completely freaked out by this very hands-on energy transfer. She's basically mauling him for more power, and our boy is just trying to survive the world's most aggressive hug. Our boy's soul is literally leaving his body while the Empress roasts him for being an empty juice box. She finally lets him go, admitting she needs her power bank alive, and gets mad when he calls her a beast. Meanwhile, back at the sect, a giant purple portal opens up, signaling the arrival of more jobbers. Some new goon named Xin Sheng shows up looking for his master, completely unaware he's now fertilizer. The Demon Empress spots the new arrivals and immediately targets them like they're annoying pop-up ads. Our boy Tianyuan tries to be a hero, telling her not to kill the innocent disciples. The Empress is not about that save the NPCs life and just smacks him for getting in her way. She goes full murder hobo, threatening to delete the new guys if they don't get lost immediately. The Empress fires a warning shot that looks like it could level a city, and the goons are terrified. She's pissed her attack missed and immediately blames our boy for messing up her aim. Our boy Tianyuan tries to pull the "I'm your master" card while literally being held captive by his own ability. He's getting choked out but is still trying to save the same dudes who are about to jump him. The Demon Empress finds his hero complex absolutely hilarious, calling all humans ungrateful trash bags. And right on cue, the goon he just tried to save is now standing on him, planning to kill him for a promotion. This new clown starts stomping on our boy's head while claiming the Demon Empress as his future trophy wife. Our boy spits blood defending her honor, and the Empress looks genuinely shocked for a hot second. The goon leader winds up for the final blow, but our boy is already in his inner monologue planning a comeback. Tianyuan hits him with a surprise chest laser, yeeting the goon leader across the battlefield. The goon leader tries to play it cool, acting like that chest beam was just a light breeze to save face. Our boy hits him with the classic "You're already dead" line, asking if he feels that internal bleeding yet. The goon leader's ultimate move is apparently wetting his pants in public. Our boy explains his new move is basically a spiritual laxative, and he looks way too proud of it. The goon leader is mad his bladder is locked, but still thinks he can win this fight. This clown is still monologuing about his promotion, while our boy is about to literally beat the piss out of him. The Demon Empress is watching this fight like it's a boring rerun, completely unimpressed by their one-trick pony moves. The Empress is having a system error, wondering how this human is using her demonic power. The Empress decides to lend our boy her credit card, telling him not to disappoint her with the purchase. Our boy gets the power-up and immediately goes for the one-hit KO, seeing his opening. Our boy realizes the power-up he just got feels a little sketchy, like a free trial with hidden fees. And the Empress's power manifests as a giant pimp slap, about to send this goon to the Shadow Realm. The goon leader is about to get pimp slapped into next week by a giant, glowing pink hand. My man just carved a talk shit get hit monument into the damn mountain with one slap. The remaining goons immediately start groveling, and our boy just dissolves the whole sect on the spot. Our boy is having a "holy shit, I almost killed a guy" moment, finally realizing the Empress's power-up has no chill. Tianyuan tries to act like he's in charge, but the Demon Empress just tells him to shut up while she's thinking. The Empress is having a full-on system reboot, trying to figure out how this noob is upgrading her demonic power. She's realizing that her raw demonic power combined with human creativity is a cheat code she never considered. The Empress is having major regrets, realizing if she had this synergy 10,000 years ago, she would have won the whole damn war. And now we're back to gardening, with a dramatic shovel shot to remind us of his actual job. Our boy is back to being a gardener, asking the system for a way out of his new life as a human power bank. The system confirms that Drill Sergeant Wen Yu is, in fact, not doing so hot right now. The system hits him with the news that she's on a 1-week timer before she becomes plant food. Our boy remembers Wen Yu mostly for beating his ass, admitting their relationship was kind of toxic. He finally realizes the drill sergeant was just a misunderstood tsundere who saved his worthless life. Tian Yuan is having a full-on shonen moment, finally appreciating the girl who drop-kicked a sect master for him. Our boy is feeling useless, wondering how the hell he's supposed to save his new best girl. He remembers this is an isekai, and immediately asks his cheat system for a magical cure-all. My man tells the system to Google how to save a dying waifu, and it actually starts searching. The system finds 15 possible solutions, and our boy is hyped that his plant-based cheat codes are working. And the first result is a zombie fungus used by a corpse sect. Yeah, that sounds totally safe. The system's second option is a plant that literally puppet masters a corpse. Yeah, hard pass on that one. Option 3 is just straight-up gaslighting, making you think she's alive when she's not. What a troll system. Our boy is losing his shit over these garbage-tier solutions, and the system is just like, calm down, bro. He finally scrolls past the zombie and illusion options, hoping for something that's not completely insane. And there it is, the immortal lotus root, which turns her into a plant spirit. It's the best of a bad situation. Our boy realizes this means the drill sergeant won't be human anymore, which is a pretty big fucking catch. But he goes full hero mode, deciding not human is better than dead, and tells the system to drop a pin. And the system hits him with the GPS not included error message. This thing is a glorified Pokédex. Our boy goes full rage quit, smashing the interface and screaming at his useless cheat system. The system pulls a, but wait, there's more, telling him it knows a guy who can find the plant for him. The system's guy turns out to be some new pink-haired demon lady, and she's already showing off the goods. She looks completely unimpressed to be here, probably because her outfit has 0 pockets or practical use. This new demon lady is pissed, wondering how this backwater sect is hoarding all the good loot. And right on cue, she hears the sweet, sweet sound of jobbers getting absolutely wrecked. The leftover sect goons are getting bodied by our boy's garden, learning the hard way not to touch his plants. The new demon lady is basically a Pokemon trainer, telling her new plant army to use Devour. She's admiring the plants while they're eating people, complimenting the gardener who raised them. Oh, the irony. She immediately recognizes the voice of the gardener and is already annoyed. This is gonna be good. And it's our boy Tian Yuan, yelling at his sentient plants like they're misbehaving dogs. Our boy lands in the middle of the carnage, wondering when his herb garden turned into Jurassic Park. Our boy is literally telling his man-eating plants to spit out the goons like they're naughty puppies. The new pink-haired demon lady is impressed, realizing our boy is the only other person who can control plants like her. Our boy Tian Yuan hits her with the "it's the power of friendship" speech, completely flexing his plant whisperer skills. His plant, a Jiao, starts getting a little too friendly with his leg, and the new demon lady is disgusted he names them. She calls him out for being soft, saying he should have just let the plants turn the thieves into fertilizer. The goons immediately get captured by her plants and start begging our boy to save them again, blaming their dead boss. And we get a nice shot of their dead leader, who's been turned into a very festive-looking scarecrow. Our boy just tells the goons he's done playing hero and doesn't give a shit if they live or die. He immediately pivots to the new demon lady, asking her if she knows where to find that magical lotus root. She gets that classic "I can solve your problems for a price" villain smile, and you know this is gonna cost him. Our boy Tian Yuan goes full shonen protagonist, demanding the location of the lotus root to save his senior sister. The new pink-haired demon lady flexes her plant god status, but hits him with the classic "but." She gets all up in his grill, asking why the hell she should help some random human. My man offers to be her personal power bank, and she immediately short-circuits from the offer. She calls him shameless and smacks him away, but that blush says she's totally into it. The new demon lady holds the goons hostage, demanding their lives in exchange for the cure. Our boy Tian Yuan is not happy about having to choose between saving his girl and a bunch of jobbers. He has a crisis, realizing a real MC would have killed these clowns already, but he's too soft for that. Tian Yuan decides to ditch the edgy protagonist route and comes up with a new, less murdery plan. He starts yelling at the goons, trying to scare them into submission by name-dropping the Demon Empress. Our boy is laying it on thick, trying to scare these goons straight by flexing the Demon Empress's reputation. He immediately pivots to the new demon lady, offering to build her a plant army like he's pitching a startup. My man goes full motivational speaker, promising her a legion of killer plants, and she looks so confused. The new demon lady is not impressed with his sales pitch and immediately grabs him for trying to scam her. He switches to guilt tripping, hitting her with the "look at these poor, sad plants" card. and she completely folds, admitting his weird-ass monster plants are actually kinda cute. She agrees to the deal but puts the goons on plant-sitting duty with a death threat as motivation. The goons immediately start simping, calling our boy sect master after he saved them for the third time. Tianyuan tries to play it cool, dismissing his new followers like he's been a leader his whole life. And our boy just accidentally became the new sect master. You love to see the glow up. Our boy Tianyuan is trying to cash in his coupon, demanding the location of the magic lotus root. The new demon lady hits him with the classic, good luck not dying on the way there warning. And we cut to the Bliss Alliance, which looks like a villainous Hooters with a final boss in the back. Meanwhile, back at the sect, the goons are already starting the rebranding under new management. The new followers are already sucking up to their sect master, and our boy looks so over it. This dude is laying the praise on thick while our boy just stares at the new sign they put up. Our boy Tianyuan is internally cringing that they named the whole damn sect after him. But my man immediately admits that having a whole cult of simps is actually pretty damn sweet. The new demon lady immediately shuts him down, flexing that her follower count was way higher back in the day. And the goons immediately start calling her Master's wife, causing the demon lady to have a full system crash. The new demon lady goes full Sunder mode, literally catching on fire because some jobbers called her wifey. She's trying to play it off like she's not interested, but that blush is telling a whole different story. And our boy Tianyuan is watching this meltdown, realizing he might have a thing for angry, violent women. She immediately blames him for the goon's comment and starts pinching his face like an angry grandma. Our boy tries to get back on mission, but she's still flexing on him before dropping the info. And here we go with the lore dump, starting with the classic several 100,000 years ago. Turns out some human emperor started a whole war, farming her plant spirit people for XP. We get a flashback to her glory days, leading a whole army of plant-based badasses. The human cultivators were basically poaching her people and turning them into power-up potions. And that's how the cultivation sects were built, on the bones and roots of her entire race. Damn. The new demon lady explains the lotus root is in the Bliss sect, which is basically a cult of horny villains. Our boy Tianyuan hits her with the, "Are you sure they're not extinct?" question, trying to be the smart one. She calls them a bunch of perverts and warns our boy he'd get folded immediately if he went alone. The new demon lady tries to stall, getting all flustered about needing to recover her power with him. Our boy Tianyuan goes full panic mode, reminding her that his senior sister is dying and she promised to help. And she immediately punches him for getting handsy, turning his head into a damn rock, Tsundere 101. She lays down the law, saying he can only touch her for power restoration, and our boy just agrees with his new rock head. She goes back to boss mode, telling him to follow her lead, and he immediately turns into a good little boy. Our boy asks his new cult for a storage ring so he can bring the drill sergeant's body on the road trip. One of the goons immediately starts simping, offering to lead him to the dead sect master's secret stash. Our boy Tianyuan is hyped to loot the dead sect master's stash, living out his isekai novel dreams. The new demon lady is already planning to use him, calling him a naive puppet she can control. Here we go again. She's got her own agenda, looking for someone so she can start another goddamn celestial war. My man finds a legendary pill and immediately geeks out that it looks just like the ones from his web novels. He asks his system if he can use the loot, and it hits him with the incompatible hardware error. So he just casually tosses the priceless artifact to one of his new followers like it's pocket change. Our boy plays it off like he's too OP for such mundane items, and the goons are eating it up. The goons are already creating their own lore, convinced he's got a secret master in his head. His new cult is now fully convinced he's some low-key god who can tame demon emperors. Tianyuan is loving the free hype, but knows he can't just bluff his way through being a sect master. Our boy Tianyuan goes full Chunabu, telling his new followers he's done hiding his true power. He hits them with the "I'm a reincarnated god" story, and honestly, they're dumb enough to buy it. My man threatens to turn them into fertilizer if they step out of line, pulling a classic villain move. The goons are absolutely shitting themselves, completely falling for his "I already cursed you" bluff. He pulls the classic carrot and stick, bribing his new cult with the loot he just stole from their dead boss. And of course, the goons are on their knees crying, completely won over by the free stuff. Our boy promotes some random kid to be his second in command, giving him a flower pager for emergencies. And it turns out the new second in command is a girl in disguise who thinks our boy is a pervert. Our boy points out her name sounds like a girl's, and she immediately panics that her cover is blown. He just brushes it off and puts her in charge anyway, leaving his new sect in the hands of a trap. The girl in disguise is already sweating under pressure as the goons start sucking up to her. Our boy Tianyuan is ready to abuse his new power by looting the treasury all for himself. He pulls out the dead sect master's storage ring, ready to find some legendary tier loot. My man finds the old man's personal sword and immediately claims it like it's a rare drop. He tries to power up his new OP weapon, finally getting his shonen protagonist moment. And the legendary sword immediately transforms into a golden hoe, the ultimate stay in your lane from the universe. The system explains the sentient sword just auto-equipped the best weapon for a gardener. That's a violation. The golden hoe immediately starts smacking him in the face for his insolence. He calls it a stupid hoe, and the system translates that it's now the angry golden shovel. Our boy is having a full-blown crisis, realizing he has to save his girl with a pissed-off farming tool. And we're off to the next arc, which of course takes place in a generic-ass desert. Meanwhile, some random sky whale is crashing and beefing with a whole other sect. Probably not important. Our boy and the new tsundere are cruising on his golden hoe, which is apparently a flying sword now. Tianyuan is already complaining about the heat, and pink hair hits him with the "Are you questioning me?" glare. My man is having a crisis, realizing his web novel knowledge isn't going to cut it in the real world. And the system announces their flying hoe is out of gas and they're about to crash. Perfect. He yells at the system for the late warning, and it just says, "You never asked." This system is a troll. And there they go, making an unscheduled landing right into a random oasis. Our boy is amazed he survived the crash, chalking it up to his main character luck. And his great luck was landing face first into the new tsundere's chest. Classic anime landing. The new tsundere slaps our boy's rock head for enjoying the crash landing a little too much. He blames the golden hoe for being a gas guzzler, and she reminds him it's her gas he's burning. She's still pissed about the faceplant, and he's just trying to get her to stop pinching his damn face. And of course, some random dude on a cliff shows up to judge their very public domestic dispute. This new jobber powers up, ready to enact justice on them for being shameless in broad daylight. He hits them with a quick sand attack, thinking he just scored an easy win against the horny couple. The dude is celebrating his victory, completely missing the cartoon-breathing straw sticking out of the sand. And right on cue, a bunch of flower vines erupt from the sand to grab this overconfident clown. Our boy uses a screaming ginseng monster to beat the absolute shit out of the desert warrior. Tianyuan dusts himself off like it was nothing, while pink hair just floats there looking smug as hell. The desert warrior's all wrapped up, still talking mad shit like he didn't just get completely folded. Our boy Tianyuan demands answers, while the sand dude realizes he just picked a fight with the wrong people. This clown starts sweating bullets, trying to think of a lie that won't get him turned into a smoothie. He pulls the oldest trick in the book, throwing sand in our boy's face while calling them the villains. Pink hair immediately points out that the little thief just yoinked their flying golden hoe. The sand dude is shocked he got caught, with a literal glowing outline of the stolen goods on his back. He brags about his escape move and just dips into the sand like a goddamn gopher. This genius thinks he's home free with his new bliss token, which is definitely the plot coupon they need. And pink hair just casually yoinks him back from underground with a vine. You love to see it. The sand dude immediately starts screaming at her, still convinced he's the good guy in this situation. The sand dude gets absolutely launched into a wall for talking way too much shit. My man is getting ragdolled across his own lair, still trying to act tough while eating dirt. They followed this clown into his secret underground village, and he's shocked they found his man cave. Our boy Tianyuan calls him out, and the sand dude is just standing there like a cornered rat. This genius tries to bluff them with some dollar store firecrackers, pretending he's got backup. He fires off a signal flare, threatening them with an army that definitely doesn't exist. Our boy immediately falls for it, and pink hair has to remind him he's a complete dumbass. The sand dude is still monologuing, completely convinced his scare the kids at night reputation is working. And his army turns out to be a bunch of kids from the local daycare. He is so screwed. Pink hair immediately wraps up the goon squad of children, who are probably just very confused. Our boy is ready to throw hands, but pink hair is just over this whole clown show. The daycare goon squad starts yelling, trying to protect their leader with the power of friendship. One of the kids starts monologuing about human cauldrons, and now this whole thing just got dark. Tianyuan is having a system error, finally realizing these people think he's some kind of pervert slaver. The sand dude finally checks the loot and is just confused why he stole a damn farming tool. This clown admits he only attacked because he saw them getting handsy after the crash. Pink hair immediately starts blaming our boy for the misunderstanding, while the sand dude tries to apologize. Our boy Tianyuan goes full hard ass, calling him out for trying to rob them just because he's weak. The sand dude starts groveling, pulling the "my village is poor" card to get out of this. My man rejects the bribe, acting like he's too rich for their pocket change, and the sand dude is shook. Our boy Tianyuan is interrogating the sand dude, trying to get the full scoop on this Bliss Alliance. The sand dude explains the Bliss Alliance is a whole-ass mobile city on the back of a giant monster. These Bliss Alliance clowns are basically mobile pirates, rolling up on villages and taking all their shit. And it gets worse, they're kidnapping people to use as human batteries, and they don't even spare the kids. The sand dude reveals his little sister got yoinked, which is why he's so hell-bent on fighting them. He explains he's been hiding out with the survivors, waiting for a chance to get his sister back. Our boy is having a crisis, realizing he just accidentally triggered a mandatory side quest he did not sign up for. Tianyuan puts it all together, flexing his big brain for figuring out the sand dude's whole plan. And right on cue, one of the Bliss Alliance perverts shows up, having found their secret hideout. This new clown brought his plus-size sidekick, and they're ready to crash the pity party. Our boy Tianyuan is pissed the sand dude just stole his heroic sacrifice monologue. The Bliss Alliance perverts are already gloating about their evil plans like classic cartoon villains. The sand dude immediately decides to play the victim card to trick our boy into helping him. He runs over, trying to act all noble and asking for a favor like they're old war buddies. This dude goes full hero mode, telling them to save the kids while he makes a dramatic last stand. He charges in for a suicide run, thinking his Oscar-worthy performance will guilt-trip our boy into saving him. The Bliss Alliance perverts are just laughing, calling him a low-level scrub who's into getting his ass beat. The sand dude is barely holding on, blocking attacks that are clearly way above his pay grade, and he immediately gets captured, wondering why his brilliant plan to get backup isn't working out. Our boy Tianyuan gets caught in the crossfire and has to block an attack, getting his shirt shredded. The Bliss Alliance perverts are already getting creepy, calling the new tsundere a fine specimen. The plus-sized clown calls dibs on sloppy seconds while the sand dude yells from off-screen. Our boy Tianyuan grabs the pervert's wrist, telling him that was a little payback for the guilt trip. My man admits he's a total sucker for a hero moment, and that the sand dude's act actually worked. The perverts are shocked he's actually trying to play the hero for the damsel in distress. These clowns start roasting his flying golden hoe, and our boy is just floating there, completely done. Tianyuan goes full demon eye mode, pissed that these jobbers are underestimating a mortal. He tries to pull the combine move again, calling out for Fei Hua like he's a damn Power Ranger. And Pink Hair just nopes out, telling him to fight his own damn battles with her power-up. The perverts are laughing their asses off, roasting him for relying on a woman for his power. Our boy Tianyuan decides to use these jobbers as a test dummy for his new fanfiction-inspired moves. The Bliss Alliance pervert charges in, completely unaware he's about to be the first victim of a web novel protagonist. And our boy drops a move called uprooting a mountain. Okay, that's a little dramatic, my dude. Pink Hair is watching from the sidelines, completely shocked that his chuny bullshit is actually working. She's realizing our boy is draining her battery to power his custom-made ultimate moves. Pink Hair is basically a living Wi-Fi hotspot for his attack, and she is not happy about the data usage. Our boy saves the sand dude and flexes that he's immortal, which is the biggest lie I've ever heard. And the two perverts are now permanent wall decorations, completely folded by a single attack. My man is geeking out that his web novel power fantasies are now a viable combat strategy. Pink Hair immediately tries to recruit him for her world domination plot, but our boy is not about that lackey life. Our boy Tianyuan and Pink Hair are already fighting like a married couple, and they just met. The sand dude thinks their power-up is dual cultivation, and they're both screaming that it's not that kind of party. Pink Hair is having a full-on tsundere meltdown, trying to convince herself that first kiss didn't count. Our boy tries to change the subject, telling the sand dude to pack up his daycare squad and dip. The sand dude gets a little too smart, realizing our boy is also planning to crash the Bliss Alliance party. Tianyuan sets some boundaries, telling the dude he's not signing up to be his personal rescue squad. And this clown immediately tries to bribe him with a map and a picture of his super cute sister. The sand dude gets all up in his personal space, trying to sell him on a team-up he never asked for. His master plan is for our boy to use his nuke the mountain move as a simple escape route. Our boy Tianyuan finally uses his brain, pointing out that a giant explosion might attract a few enemies. The sand dude's grand strategy is to turn his village into a giant Home Alone-style trap house. This clown offers our boy his body as payment, and Tianyuan is just like, I'll think about it. Our boy is already thinking about the loot, completely ignoring the dude's offer to get weird. The sand dude is completely fooled, thinking our boy is a noble hero and not just a loot-hungry gamer. And now he's dropping them off at the front door like a nervous parent on the first day of school. Our boy and Pink Hair get some goofy desert cloaks for their stealth mission, very inconspicuous. Pink Hair is already complaining about the new drip, while the sand dude gives them last-minute advice. She stops our boy right before they leave, probably to give him a power-up or a warning. The sand dude slaps a blessing rune on our boy's back for good luck. It's probably a tracking device. He gives them the full "May the gods protect you" speech, and you know this dude is gonna need saving later. The sand dude immediately regrets his decision, hoping our heroes don't walk into that evil-ass place. But then he remembers his sister's on the line, so he's back to being all in on this suicide mission. They get stopped by the world's ugliest bouncer, who calls them out for not being dressed slutty enough. Our boy and pink hair are just baffled that their goofy cloaks are considered conservative in this den of perverts. Some other dude in a gimp mask complains that another woman is dressed even more conservatively than them. The conservative woman turns around with a smug look, ready to absolutely finesse this situation. And she pulls out a fake mustache. Okay, I have no idea where this is going. She slaps on the mustache, claims she's transgender, and asks the bouncer if he likes her new look. The bouncer immediately lets her in, and she just strolls past like she owns the place. Our boy is so confused by this flawless logic that he literally turns to stone, questioning everyone's sanity. Our boy Tian Yuan tries to copy the bouncer's technique, and it looks like it's giving him a damn hernia. He pulls it off, looking like a dollar store superhero, and asks the bouncer if he's finally cool enough to get in. The bouncer roasts his form but lets him pass because he has the plot coupon they stole earlier. Pink hair is muttering to herself, completely baffled that our boy can just copy-paste abilities like a damn cheat code. The gimp mask guard gets handsy with pink hair, demanding she show off her special skill to get inside. Pink hair hits him with a death glare, threatening to absolutely end this man's career for touching her. Our boy is having a panic attack, realizing their stealth mission is about to turn into a bar fight at the front door. And of course, the gimp mask dude is totally into it, calling her a queen and literally drooling over the death threat. The guard immediately folds and lets her in, and our boy is just shocked that a death threat is a valid entry pass here. The gimp mask dude tries to get her number, and our boy just points out that this pervert is totally simping for her. And we're in the Bliss Alliance inner hall, where some new jobbers are already screaming for their boss. This new lady, Bo Gang, is pissed her favorite goon just got deleted, confirming our boy's kill count. Some old dude with a beard, Master Kucha, tells her to chill, acting like it's no big deal. She immediately loses her shit, and he calls her a shrew. The office drama here is intense. And right on cue, the other pervert's life tablet shatters too. Our boy scored a double kill. Now the old man is panicking because that was his student, and he can't absorb him for a power-up. The big lady starts laughing her ass off at him, and now they're about to fight over their dead lackeys. The real final boss shows up and tells his two bickering generals to shut the hell up. The Alliance Master, Luigi, lectures them from his snake throne for being unprofessional clowns. The big lady immediately starts sweating, trying to explain why she was acting a fool in front of the big boss. Snake Throne Dude explains his evil plan, classic villain monologue. This psycho wants to absorb entire sex. Dude needs a hobby. Big lady is hungry for cultivator filling? WTF? This creep is excited for the Bliss Grand Ceremony. Sounds sketchy. He's spying on Tian Yuan and Pink Hair. Creepy stalker vibes. Tian Yuan and Pink Hair arrive at the Bliss Alliance HQ. It's huge. Pink Hair calls the well-dressed people perverts. Accurate. Tian Yuan is focused on finding the immortal lotus root. Priorities. Tian Yuan tells some randoms to stop. About time he acted like a boss. Mustache Girl demands meat. She's not messing around. This new cloaked dude is playing dumb while Mustache Girl demands a tour of the treasury for a snack. Pink Hair hits our boy with the "don't fuck with that one" warning, sensing Mustache Girl is bad news. Our boy Tian Yuan decides the best way to deal with a suspicious person is to try and make them his new best friend. The cloaked dude immediately agrees to help, acting way too friendly for a guy in a pervert cult. He leads her into a private room and you can already smell the trap from a mile away. Mustache Girl immediately realizes this ain't the treasury, and the cloaked dude's shadow gets real sketchy. The cloaked dude drops the nice guy act, revealing his villain face and calling her out on her own lies. And Mustache Girl immediately powers up, pissed that this random jobber just tried to outplay her. The cloaked dude blocks her attack, gloating that he knew she was an intruder all along. Mustache Girl is completely shocked, finally realizing this guy isn't part of the Bliss Alliance either. The cloaked dude introduces himself, trying to team up with Mustache Girl now that their covers are blown. Our boy Tian Yuan is watching this mess, realizing Mustache Girl is a complete dumbass he can probably use. Mustache Girl is already throwing a fit because her brilliant plan of looking for food got shot down. The cloaked dude pulls out a flyer for a fighting tournament, trying to pitch a new plan to the angry gremlin. And of course it's a tournament where the prizes are a bunch of kinky-ass toys. This place is just a giant HR violation. The cloaked dude explains he doesn't want the weird prizes. He just needs to find the treasury itself. His plan is for her to win, get escorted to the treasury, and he'll just follow them. Not a bad idea, honestly. Our boy Tian Yuan interrupts, and Mustache Girl immediately offers him a deal to find the lotus root. She ditches the cloaked dude in a heartbeat and forms a new team with our boy. Loyalty is not a thing here. Pink Hair is doubting this new plan, but our boy is confident the little gremlin is strong enough to win. Pink hair is already yelling at our boy for lagging behind while he's having another internal monologue. Meanwhile, in the tournament ring, some old dude is telling his fighter, Glutton, to get ready for the next round. The old dude's fighter is a ripped dude who just got told he's qualified after absolutely wrecking someone. The crowd is gossiping about the new mysterious fighter, probably Mustache Girl, who just folded the last guy. And it turns out Mustache Girl's partner is a giant bug monster in a bikini top that just wants protein. Pink hair questions our boy's plan to just leave the gremlin to fight alone, but he's not worried at all. Our boy explains that Mustache Girl is a one-punch woman who folded her last opponent instantly, so she'll be fine. He brings up the slave auction, and Pink hair immediately gets suspicious he's planning a rescue mission. Pink hair is already regretting this team-up, convinced our boy's hero complex is going to get them caught. They arrive at the delicacy hall, and our boy breaks the fourth wall, calling out the classic slave auction trope. Tianyuan and Pink hair get the VIP treatment. This place is sus. Mustache Girl is living her best life, flashing those spirit stones. Tianyuan's got the Elysium token, looks kinda phallic. Tianyuan and Empress Feihua chill on a heart-shaped couch. Romance isn't dead. Tianyuan's not into spirit stones, but Feihua's about to spend his money. Some dude announces the Elysium League. This sounds like trouble. They're auctioning off Beast Girl slaves. This just took a dark turn. Tianyuan's got that I'm about to do something stupid look in his eyes. They're showcasing the slaves like prize poodles. This is messed up. This auctioneer is describing some truly disturbing shit. I'm uncomfortable. Our boy Tianyuan is going full hero mode, absolutely pissed at these perverts for their slave auction. Pink hair has to remind him that his drill sergeant is on a timer and they have a real mission. He snaps back to reality, but decides he's rich enough to just buy all the slaves to save them. Some random clown in the audience asks if the slaves can fight back, wanting a live demonstration. The auctioneer is way too happy to oblige, telling the dude he can sample the goods himself. This creep pulls out a literal obedience draft, and his smile is a massive red flag. And they just force-feed the poor cat girl this sketchy-ass potion right on stage. Pink hair immediately recognizes the potion, and she looks absolutely furious about it. The goons start getting handsy with the drugged-up cat girl, telling her to strip for them. And someone just yeets a massive heart-shaped energy blast, completely wrecking the pervert party. The auctioneer starts yelling at our boy for crashing the party, pulling the classic, "Do you know who I am" card. Tianyuan tries to solve the problem with money, offering to buy all the slaves on the spot. The auctioneer is absolutely stunned by the cash, thinking he just hit his yearly bonus in one sale. This greedy bastard immediately tries to start a bidding war, telling our boy that's not how auctions work. Our boy Tianyuan is finally connecting the dots, realizing this whole operation is just human trafficking. The angry golden shovel makes a surprise appearance, and our boy asks if that's within the rules. Pink hair is watching from the VIP section, acting like she's not the one who started this whole mess. The auctioneer immediately starts groveling, pulling the "I'm just a puppet" card to save his own ass. Our boy goes full dark mode, ready to serve this clown a hot plate of justice with his golden hoe, and the real boss finally enters the chat, with a creepy-ass eye and tongue asking who's making a mess. The big lady boss, Bo Gang, finally shows up and starts wrecking shop, telling our boy his hero act is over. She's already stepping on the auctioneer's face, impressed that our boy actually put up a fight. Some new clown named Blood Shadow shows up, calling himself a prodigy and promising to restore order. Our boy is comforting the cat girl while Pink hair has a "who the hell is this guy" moment in the background. Meanwhile, Mustache Girl is chilling with a drink when she hears the explosion from the auction hall. She immediately runs to the tournament ready to throw hands just as the announcer calls her opponent. And her opponent, Shu-kun, already has a whole-ass fan club of simps cheering for him. The announcer introduces Mustache Girl and her bug monster, Glutton, who is only here for the protein shakes. But Mustache Girl has her own cult following, including a kid who wants to marry her. The announcer asks the fighters what prize they're fighting for, setting the stage for the final match. Mustache Girl and her opponent both want the immortal Lotus Root, setting up a classic tournament showdown. The announcer hypes up the semifinals, and you just know this is gonna get messy. The big boss is watching this whole thing on his villain cam, getting his popcorn ready for the drama. Snake Throne Dude sends his plus-size general, Bo Gang, to go test our boy and the new Blood Shadow clown. We flash back to the auction hall, where everyone is still freaking out over the party our boy crashed. Blood Shadow is trying to be the hero, telling everyone to chill while he takes out the trash. Our boy Tianyuan tries to pull the fusion move with Pink hair again, and she actually agrees this time. Blood Shadow thinks their power-up is just a cheap flashbang, completely underestimating the move. This clown is still talking shit, bragging he can kill them with his eyes closed. Famous last words. And he immediately gets blasted by a massive attack, learning the hard way not to monologue mid-fight. Blood Shadow is pissed the power-up wore off and immediately thinks they were doing some kinky dual cultivation. Our boy's fused form hits him with a surprise vine attack, and this clown is actually caught off guard. The fused form grabs the cat girl, but she's too drugged to help, and he calls her out for being slow. Blood Shadow goes full roid rage, flexing out of the vines and asking if they know who he is. This clown's big reveal is that he's also Fire Shadow, and our boy's fusion is calling out the copyright infringement. Fire Shadow launches a massive fire attack, trying to delete our boy and the hostage in one go. Our boy's fused form dodges while Fire Shadow screams about leaving the merchandise behind. What a dick. The fused form pulls the ultimate bluff, taking the cat girl hostage to stop the fight. Tianyuan is having a panic attack while Pink Hair roasts him for thinking this psycho would care about a slave. And the bluff actually works. Fire Shadow stops, and our boy is just as surprised as we are. Fire Shadow reveals he was faking, pulling out some new gadget like he's about to drop a mixtape. This clown's ultimate weapon is a Beast Command Ring, which is just a fancy term for a human Pokeball. And he immediately uses his pervert Green Lantern ring to try and capture our boy's fused form. His sales pitch is literally, "You can hide your side chicks in this ring. This place is a walking HR violation." The audience of perverts is completely sold, calling Fire Shadow the salesman of the year. He turns the hostage situation into a Black Friday sale, and the crowd of degenerates is ready to spend. The cat girl finally realizes this rescue mission is a complete failure and tells her friends to dip. Our boy's fused form goes full shonen hero, yelling at them for treating people like objects. Pink Hair is internally screaming at him, saying they're out of juice and he's about to do something stupid. She's trying to talk him down, reminding him the cat girl isn't even human anymore and he's on a suicide mission. Our boy's fused form calls out Pink Hair, asking if she's even human for being so damn cold. And Pink Hair is completely stunned, looking like he just called out her entire life's philosophy. He hits her with the "you're a person to me" speech, and you can feel the tsundere armor cracking. And there it is, the full system reboot. She's shocked this dumbass actually sees her as an equal. The fused form goes full hero mode, saying what's the point of power if you don't use it for good? And the shonen speech works. She admits he'd do the same for her, finally getting on board with the rescue. Fire Shadow interrupts their bonding moment, pissed they're having a therapy session mid-fight. The pervert clown goes for the kill shot, yelling some generic villain line about going to hell. And he completely whiffs, looking confused as hell that his target just pulled a Houdini. They defuse, and Pink Hair immediately roasts our boy for almost getting decapitated, reminding him she just saved his ass again. The fused form tells the cat girl to yoink the pervert's ring and make a run for it. Fire Shadow is completely unimpressed, calling out their escape plan like it's a boring rerun. This clown starts doing Naruto hand signs, about to pull out his signature knockoff move, and he summons a whole-ass army of himself. Our boy is about to get jumped by a legion of perverts. The Fire Shadow army goes for the kill shot, thinking there's no way our boy can dodge all of them. Our boy's fused form goes full shonen protagonist, calling for a sword he doesn't even own yet. And a random blue sword appears, yeeting all the slaves to safety like a damn UFO tractor beam. The system announces a new weapon has auto-equipped. My man is getting free DLC mid-fight. Fire Shadow is getting absolutely folded by the new sword, realizing he just picked a fight with a gotcha whale. And the legendary sword is just his angry golden shovel in its final, fabulous form. My man is fighting with a flower. Fire Shadow is coughing up blood, finally admitting that the flower sword is a whole different weight class. This clown goes for a last-ditch power-up, using some blood garment move that looks edgy as hell. And he immediately starts attacking the audience, who are shocked their VIP tickets didn't include plot armor. This psycho tells the crowd he's just borrowing their bodies, promising to return the corpses later. What a gentleman. The plus-size general, Bo Gang, finally makes her move, charging in to shut down this whole clown show. Meanwhile, back at the tournament, Mustache Girl is catching her breath after clearly wrecking some poor soul. Her bug monster opponent is also gassed, proving this little gremlin has some serious hands. The other finalist, Shu Kun, is impressed she beat his bug, who just wants a damn protein shake. Shu Kun tries to have a shonen bonding moment, asking if she's also fighting to save someone special. And Mustache Girl just flips him off, screaming about saving her grandpa, so much for a friendly rivalry. Meanwhile, some new purple-haired dude is watching the tournament from the cheap seats, looking sketchy as hell. This clown has a grade-A villain smile talking about his luck, like he's about to ruin someone's day. Back in the ring, Mustache Girl is throwing hands with Shu Kun's bug monster, hitting it with a named attack. The bug monster tanks the hit and just screams for protein. This thing is an absolute unit. Shu Kun uses the opening to jump in with a flying kick, trying to double-team the little gremlin. He lands a clean insect kick, and it looks like he actually connected for once. And she just catches his foot mid-air, roasting him that his bug hits harder. The disrespect is unreal. Mustache Girl immediately yeets him across the ring, telling him to get the hell out. She follows up with a massive energy blast to make sure he stays down for good. The announcer is losing his mind as Shu-kun gets blasted out of the damn stadium. That's a ring out, baby. Shu-kun's bug monster just saved him from a ring out, and Mustache Girl is calling bullshit on the flying. The announcer hits them with the technically not cheating rule, completely enabling this clown show. Shu-kun gets back in the fight, ready for a comeback like he didn't just get launched into orbit. Mustache Girl is already suspicious, knowing this dude is about to pull some more cheap tricks. And he goes for another insect kick because if it fails once, just try it again, right? This time his kick actually connects with the ground, causing a massive explosion that wrecks the stage. The announcer is losing his shit as the entire arena gets covered in a massive dust cloud. Mustache Girl just tanks the hit, admitting it tickled a bit before deciding to finally get serious. Shu-kun is coughing up dust, finally giving her some respect while his bug monster still just wants protein. And the whole damn fighting ring is just gone, leaving the announcer wondering if they should call a timeout. The plus-size general, Bo Gang, crashes the tournament, telling the announcer his services are no longer needed. This psycho declares herself the final boss and tells the last two fighters to come at her at the same time. The announcer tries to pull the "that's against the rules" card, which is a bold move against a mountain of muscle. Bo Gang gets right in his face, asking if he's really trying to lecture one of the Alliance's top dogs. She demands he call her princess, and then immediately yeets his head into the stratosphere for his hesitation. Princess Bo Gang powers up, and the remaining fighters are just staring, probably rethinking their life choices. She tells the girls that rules are for losers and offers them a 2v1 for the grand prize. Mustache Girl is shook that the princess saw through her disguise, while Shu-kun panics that his cover is blown too. Princess Bo Gang is just flexing on them, asking if they need a juice box before the main event. And Mustache Girl and Shu-kun immediately choose violence, teaming up to jump the final boss. Princess Bo Gang stops the fight, telling the girls she's making up some new rules on the spot. She declares the whole damn city is now a battle royale arena, and all powers are unlocked. Mustache Girl is bracing for the worst as the princess explains the new win condition. And of course, the new rule is a fight to the death. This psycho is not playing around. She immediately launches a building buster attack at Shu-kun, who is now officially in deep shit. Princess Bo Gang mocks Mustache Girl for worrying about her new teammate instead of her own face. The bug monster Glutton tanks the hit for her, still screaming for protein like a true gym bro. Mustache Girl is pissed, calling her bug monster Greedy Guts for taking the hit. She's shocked the princess's punch actually cracked her bug's shell, realizing this lady is the real deal. Mustache Girl hears a rumbling in the distance, and you know another problem is about to drop in. Mustache Girl goes full Titan mode, pissed that Princess Bo Gang tried to sneak her during the monologue. She drops a move with a name longer than my resume, the heaven-rending palm of falling stars. And Princess Bo Gang just tanks the hit with a smile that says, "Is that all you got?" The attack absolutely wrecks the neighborhood, but the actual target is just chilling. Meanwhile, Shu-kun and his bug are just dipping out of the blast zone while his fan club goes wild. Mustache Girl is having a system error, completely baffled that her ultimate move just whiffed. The princess reveals her secret technique. She's covered in bliss oil and is too damn slippery to hit. And she immediately slips on her own damn oil. You absolutely cannot make this shit up. Shu-kun asks if they win by default, while Mustache Girl roasts her for being a complete dumbass. But the princess is just playing 4D chess, saying it's time to pull out her real ultimate move mid-fall. Princess Bo Gang's ultimate move is to curl up into a goddamn human cannonball. She goes full Sonic the Hedgehog, launching herself through the city like a wrecking ball. The human bowling ball is locked onto Mustache Girl, who's about to get absolutely flattened. Shu-kun is having a full system meltdown, realizing this psycho's main strategy is just to roll at people. Mustache Girl braces for impact, screaming about getting revenge for her servant. And we cut back to the Bliss Alliance HQ because why finish a fight when you can have office drama? Some dude walks in all bloody to report to the Alliance leader. Snake Throne Dude is just chilling on his throne, looking smug about the chaos. It's the old dude, Master Kucha, showing off a pile of severed heads like it's a damn school project. This psycho is bragging about keeping heads fresh for soul searching. These villains have zero chill. Snake Throne Dude asks his goon, Master Kucha, if the head interrogation worked. Master Kucha reports that he got absolutely nothing from the dead guys. Total bust. The boss just shrugs it off and orders him to delete their entire sex later. No witnesses. Master Kucha gets bold, asking what these ancient secrets have to do with their sponsors. Snake Throne Dude starts a history lesson, asking why the White Spirit sect is top tier. He hits him with the classic, "It's not about him, it's about who was backing him" reveal. And Master Kucha is having a full system meltdown, realizing there are bigger players involved. We get a whole-ass power level chart explaining the 8 stages of cultivation. The boss reveals the strongest dude ever only made it to level 6 out of 8. Master Kucha is sweating, realizing his boss is playing in a whole different league. Snake Throne Dude corrects his goon, saying it's not just higher beings he's after. He calls them primordial gods, and we get a visual of a cosmic Cthulhu. And his partner is a ripped space dude in a Speedo. The universe was made by some real characters. This psycho's whole plan is to find these gods so he can level up and surpass the top dog. Master Kucha is having an existential crisis, realizing his whole world is just a sandbox. The boss hits him with the "we're all just dust" speech, and damn, that's cold. The old dude finally gets it, realizing the head collecting was for a much bigger, crazier plan. Snake Throne Dude confirms he's planning a coup against the top sect with his new god-tier sponsors. He gets all up in Kucha's face, calling him bitter tea and asking if he's got the balls for this. The boss goes full psycho smile, trying to peer pressure his goon into joining his rebellion. The old dude, Master Kucha, is trying to back out of this cosmic-level treason, looking absolutely terrified. And Snake Throne Dude just hits him with the "you're already in too deep" smile. He's reassuring his goon that it's their little secret, which is villain for "you snitch, you die." And just like that, Master Kucha is a loyal little puppy, completely broken by the peer pressure. The old dude is still trying to find an excuse, saying these ancient secrets are impossible to find. Snake Throne Dude is like elusive, while literally spying on our heroes with his magic crystal balls. He's profiling the tournament fighters, starting with Shukun and her rare insect fist technique. Then he points out Mustache Girl, who's got a legendary palm attack and somehow commands Shukun's bug monster. And finally, our boy Tianyuan, the zero cultivation nobody who turned his girl into a goddamn Gundam. The boss's plan is simple. Let his generals kill the heroes, then he'll just steal their souls for the cheat codes. Master Kucha asks if he should help, but Snake Throne Dude says if his generals lose, they're trash anyway. The boss rewards bitter tea by telling him to go pick out some human cauldrons from the pervert pool. And the old dude immediately starts bowing, completely hyped to go claim his reward. Snake Throne Dude is already planning to absorb his own goon after he gets a power-up. What a snake. We cut to a different fight where someone drops a move called Death Beneath the Peony. It's the cloaked dude from earlier, now in full Power Ranger armor, wondering why these jobbers won't die. Fire Shadow is gloating that his zombie army is just as strong as they were when they were alive. One of the zombies goes for the grab, and Fire Shadow decides he's done playing with his food. The Pink Knight gets his arm eaten by a zombie head coming out of a damn wormhole. That's a violation. Fire Shadow watches his zombie horde overwhelm the dude, ready to call it a day. The Pink Knight pulls a copycat move, and Fire Shadow is shocked his own bullshit is being used against him. And the Pink Knight immediately gets a tongue lashing right through the damn throat. That's gotta hurt. The zombie horde turns this dude into a human pincushion. So much for that Power Ranger suit. We cut back to our boy, and Pink Hair is yelling at him not to die because he's her demon race revival plan. Tianyuan is having a full-blown crisis, realizing this dude's moves are too weird for his web novel brain. But he gets a shonen power-up from Pink Hair's belief and his new sword, which apparently has a name now. The fused form gets a new drip and immediately starts shredding the Fire Shadow clones like a goddamn blender.